Glorious shorts, Curtis. We're back at it again. Can you believe we've strung together 2 weeks in a row? All it took was you having like 19 days off work. Look at us. Who'd have thought?
I've still got like 4 days off too.
Yeah.
I'm fucking feeling it, man. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, go back to work Monday.
Oh, maybe we get something in on the weekend in the morning, maybe.
I'm in. Let's go.
Look at us. Who'd have thought?
Hey, I think there's a NJPW show this week. You want to do like a random Road 2 show where nothing's going to happen?
No.
we'll review that one.
No, I don't want to do that.
They might announce the World Tag League lineups.
That I do want to know.
Cooking for that.
We might have something
cooking.
Have something cooking. Let's not. I mean, nothing's real until it happens in wrestling, but we might have something cooking.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty excited for that. Might be the most excited I've ever been for World Tag League. So we promised when we last spoke that we were gonna give our thoughts on the PWA Colosseum tournament that just happened.
Hell yeah.
Curtis, because he has had time off, actually managed to watch it all. And so we're just going to break down the tournament a little bit. I want to preface it by saying I have watched PWA shows before, but the first time I've ever watched 2 in a row, back to back. And I had a real good time, man. Like, I don't know how much time we've got today to really get into like the tags and the extra stuff, but I will say I enjoyed everything. Like from start to finish, I thought the show was put together really well on both nights. How about yourself?
I loved it. I thought it was a lot of fun. It was definitely more like entertainment driven than like because I compare it to going to like a Rev Pro show, right?
Yeah.
It's taking place in like a hall where you've got big stars coming from other companies to like prop up what you've got and stuff like that, and then pay attention to that audience that's coming in, those extra eyes to show off your best. And I think they really did. Like they showed off a lot of great people who I was really hoping to see multiple, both nights.
Absolutely. And they kind of had like mini stories sort of going through the 2 nights as well, like the tag team that broke up, and then the next day they have like a, Falls Count Anywhere or whatever it was. And like the girls that do all the dancing and stuff like that. I'm sorry, what do they call it? Backslide girls. They were awesome, and then they appeared like the next time. They kept the characters in focus. It wasn't just like, let's get everybody on and not have people repeat. They went, these are the people that are going to be on the show, and let's give people time to digest it, because there's a pretty good chance that if you're watching both shows, like if you're watching one, you're going to watch the other, right? So it gives more time for your talent to sink in, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. And so the main bit of Colosseum is that they're having this tournament. It's an 8-person tournament.
Correct.
Over 2 nights. So we have round 1 on what was it, Saturday, and round 2 on Sunday. And we just get to see like who's the best at what they do. And they had some fucking talented people in this tournament. Like some people who could be huge. Like you've got both of the Velocities. Like there was a chance that if they both made it to the final, they could be facing off. The Velocities explode, which would be fucking awesome. You had Delta. Delta was like a fucking star. People loved Delta.
She's put together she's like a total package already.
She's fucking it, man. You had what was his name? The Viking, Matt Grim Basso, yeah. That guy faced off against who was it in the first round? Cherry Stevens. Yeah. I loved Cherry Stevens. Yeah, oh my god. Cool, that idea of her like being the learner sitting at the tree of pro wrestling. Yeah. And like taking notes in her book, watching other people like so she could learn how to do moves and shit. Yeah. I loved it. I loved it. If you don't like Cherry Stevens, you fucking kick puppies. I fucking hate you. So yeah, Cherry Stevens fucking rules.
We had Em and the Kid, the Golden Boy, Em and Asman.
Asman, yeah. Mm-hmm. Dude, he was fast, eh?
Yeah, exactly. And he's a bit of a protege of Robbie Eagles in the PWA dojo. And I think, well, at least he's definitely the only active Malaysian wrestler in Australia, I guess. But he is, he's like trying to bring, wrestling to Malaysia and doing tours there and kind of thing. And
fuck yeah.
Every time I see him, he's super fast. And him, well, we can just start with the rounds really, and then we'll break them down a bit more as we go through. But the first round was Jude, the dude London, won half of the velocities versus Emin Asman. And yeah, super fast. What was your?
So I'm not sure who played with my settings on my TV, but I'm pretty sure that for this match it was at like 1.5 speed because these guys were
so fast. It was so fast. What did you think of Jude's like whole aesthetic? Like his look and his music and everything like that. Pretty fun and cool, right?
I like the velocities. I was pretty amped to see that they came out to like different music on the first night. They came out to like singles music.
I like that they did cool. The singles thing because I've seen them, brief tag matches and things like that live and stuff. But seeing them presented as singles wrestlers was really interesting. And I'll touch on that a little bit more with Paris de Silva when we get to him. But I thought, they presented everybody here like with that slick PWA production like stars,
Very. Mm-hmm. Yeah, everybody looked great. So I being that I had never seen Emin Asman before and I have seen Jude London a couple of times, I kind of figured I knew what I was in for. I loved it. I had a lot of fun. I mean, it was just really fast, really furious 10-minute match. What was it, 11 minutes?
Yeah.
And I mean, way to get the crowd fucking like pumping right away, right? The fucking having just two dudes go out there. It's the way Nitro used to do it. Have a couple of luchadors go out and just go fucking full bore right away.
And that's exactly what it was. It was like fucking double speed, like you said. And then and so Jude picks up the win there, and so it begins to play out that narrative of, wonder if the velocities could end up, facing each other in later rounds. And then next up was Matt Grimbasso versus Cherry Stevens. And like you said, that's immediately David versus Goliath. Basso has been around Australian wrestling for a long time, and he's like an absolute fucking giant, he's a huge fucking dude, and everybody was kind of like, can she do it, sort of thing.
He's got this aura, right? Because he comes out, he's the Viking. I like that, the Viking. Mm-hmm. He's got his, his flagon of mead. Mm-hmm. He's got his like the leather paterges and the like studded leather on his boots and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But then he's got a t-shirt on, and he's like t-shirt. I was like, bro.
Yeah, the t-shirt had to go. Like you can't have an all Viking leather aesthetic and then still wear a t-shirt. Like you have to have something costumey.
It had like a skull and crossbones or whatever on it, which that's cool. But like, bro. Did you have a couple extra chicken wings and maybe a little bit much beer, the day before? You're not feeling it. I get it, but like, come on.
You're a Viking. You don't care you're not a body guy. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or
you're a Viking.
Yeah, exactly. Or just like have some sort of Viking costume based singlet, It's in a brown or something. Go. Yeah, exactly. Or it's even like a kind of leathery looking, like it could still be a tank top. It could be exactly all the same fit, but instead of like a printed t-shirt, it's like, something leathery and Viking-y,
Yeah, exactly.
If you're worried about it.
So look into it, bro. We know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Besides that, though, absolute weapon.
He does a fucking sweet move that I really enjoyed where so he bounces off so his opponent is on the outside of the ropes near the corner.
Yeah.
He bounces off the opposite ropes, comes running in, hits the ropes that are next to him, like jumps off of them and does a Superman punch, and it's fucking cool.
Yeah, especially with such a big guy.
What a fucking move.
Yeah.
I loved it. Because he did it like 3 times over the night, and I was just like, this guy he knows what he's doing. That move rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he gets absolutely fucking just beasts through Cherry Stevens. Like Cherry got him a couple of times where you thought maybe she's going to choke him out. She was doing the best. Like she had babyface fire for days. Loved her. I love Cherry Stevens. She's fucking great.
Yeah.
But 7 minutes, he fucking choke slams her like 4 times, power bombs her a couple of times, and finally puts her down.
Absolute murder. Absolute murder.
Oh, it's fucking gross.
And what was really cool is you had that David and Goliath aesthetic, and then it switches in the next match. So then you've got Paris de Silva, the Spartan spirit. How often do you think about the Roman Empire? Him, always. And versing Delta, but now it's reversed, right? The female wrestler is bigger, is stronger, is more powerful, and Paris has to overcome. Now, I'll say this about Paris, like, I honestly, when it started, knowing he's a tag wrestler, I don't think he's going to be a finalist or anything like that, right? But when the way he came out, there's certain wrestlers that have this ability, and I've tried to verbalize it before when speaking to wrestlers and ask them if they feel this or whatever, and it's something that I have felt when performing before. When he came out and he kneels down and he, like, I don't know, he just projects his aura, right? Like, in the moment that he did that, I was like, this motherfucker wants to win this tournament. I was like, I could feel him, and I knew it was real. Like, not every wrestler has that. They don't have that, what's the word I'm looking for?
Aura. Yeah,
integrity, aura, the ability to push that out of themselves. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Projection of that aura. And that it's almost an intangible thing, but you know it when people have it. And I was like,
the French would call that a certain je ne sais quoi.
Exactly. And so when he came out, I was like, oh, this is my dude in the tournament. Like, I just liked him instantly. You know, I'd seen the velocities before, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But suddenly there was something about him in this moment where I was like, this is the guy for me. Like, I really like him. And then watching that match play out, and Delta also possesses that, but in a different way because she's not being a babyface, right? He has this fucking, are you here with me sort of vibe. And he manages to overcome, but fuck, again, another sick match. And Delta is just ready to fucking be earning a bazillion dollars. And she's not even that, like, long doing it. Like, it's my understanding that she's only a few years in, but I believe her brother is also a wrestler. I don't know who he is. I'm sure I could research it or find out, but she just has it, you know? It was obviously very prepared because she obviously has done bodybuilding and things like that. But yeah, she was killer. Right?
It's more than just bodybuilding. Like, she's got the aura that we're talking about. Like, and it's funny because like when you're coming into a new promotion, you kind of go with what the fans think. Like when you go like, oh, this is the fans guy, this is their guy, right? Yeah. And Delta was their fucking guy. Yeah. When her music started, they were like, Delta time. Yeah.
Exactly. And she's not even in that like face kind of role, but everyone's like, yeah, she is her kind of thing.
Yeah. So Delta fucking A+. That match with Paris de Silva, very, very good. A+ on that. Dude, Paris de Silva, like, so Jude the dude, like, he's out there having fun. Paris de Silva's, I'm coming for the fucking sword.
Yes, was exactly the vibe, right? Like, that was 100% what they were serving as it came. Dude's there, he wants to do fucking good, party time, I'm going to kill it. But Paris is like, I'm winning this motherfucker. It was the vibe that you were getting from it, you know?
Yeah. And they also, the final match for the first round was Zack Sabre Jr. versus former host of the Okada Shorts podcast, Jack J. Bonza.
Exactly.
Anyone but Bonza, they say. I loved I knew that Bonza was a heel. I didn't know that they fucking despise Bonza. Like, everyone hates him. Even the heels hate Bonza.
Yeah. It's he's Bullet Club. He's fucking evil, and it's my understanding that he, fucking betrayed quite a few people and stuff like that in it. So yeah, he's not well thought of.
I loved it. Like, the Zach did win after about 15 minutes. A+ fucking match, dude. A+ match.
Bonza, people talk shit about Bonza over time like that. He can fucking go, dude. Like, Bonza's sick, man.
He's got a great aura too. Like, he's just, you could tell he's an ass kicker, right? Like,
yeah, he lives and breathes it in like everything he fucking does, eh? And like, when I interviewed him, I was like, this guy's the fucking real deal. You know what I mean? Like he lives this, and that's what he is. And I think for a lot of wrestlers, it's finding that. They always say, it's yourself turned up to 11, but it's like you need to actually believe that yourself.
Yeah. I'm amped to see if he makes it over for World Tag League. There's been some rumblings Scuttlebutt. Yeah. Well, we got to come up with like a rating system of like whispers, scuttlebutt, rumblings. Like which one is the least versus I know whispers is probably the least. Scuttlebutt is probably like medium, and then like rumblings would be the top. And then rumors.
I almost feel like scuttlebutt is pretty legit. I feel like rumblings is almost further back than whispers because it's like
so
it's in the background, but whispers, now we're getting up close. Now we're intimate. You know what I heard?
Okay. So rumblings, whispers, scuttlebutt, rumors?
Rumors,
then scuttlebutt.
Are rumors just bullshit on the internet? Are they even less than rumblings? Rumors, rumblings, whispers, and scuttlebutt. Scuttlebutt sounds insider term.
Ooh, okay. Rumblings, whispers.
No, rumors, rumblings.
We'll ditch rumors. You know what? Leave it in the comment section. Our friends can give us what they think the official scale should be on our social media. We've got, Okada Shorts on Instagram and X or Twitter. It is fucking Twitter. Fuck you, Elon. Yeah. And you guys can come on here and tell us what you think the official ranking system should be.
Yeah, that sounds like an absolute plan. But you're right. There has been rumblings, rumors, whispers, and scuttlebutt about Bonza and Finlay being a team in the World Tag League. So I kind of really hope that happens.
Do you think there's someone from PWA that would be a better fit than Finlay? I mean, we know that Finlay is a big hit in the Japanese audience, but like as far as matches go, do you think that they're?
There absolutely is, but no matter what, Finlay would be there because you need him to introduce him to the Japanese audience for it to make sense. Like this is Finlay's wing of the Bullet Club. If they just turn up, everyone would be like, they're not in the War Dogs. You know what I mean? Like it would be weird.
They fucking fit the War Dogs aesthetic though. Bonza and fucking Ugg definitely fit the War Dogs aesthetic.
Bonza and Ugg together, that would be absolutely fire. Maybe just with like Finlay in their corner, but them actually doing the wrestling.
Yeah. That'd be badass.
That would be badass. Okay. All right. So got through those. Then it's worth noting the two title matches on this first night, just because they were both so good and funny. One was funny, one was good. But the Tuckman versus Unsocial Jordan, I think Unsocial Jordan they're both such cool characters, right? Like, Social Jordan, SMS, this, bullshitter. He's got like a selfie tripod stand as a weapon, like.
I was wondering what that was.
That's what it is. Like, and he extends it and shit because he can, set it up and film himself and stuff. But what a great use of like a weapon, right? And it looks cool. It's a cool shape. And then Tuckman, obviously, there's beer ads all night, and it's him, and he's got the mullet and everything like that. And it was like a 14-second match, but it was so fun.
Can I tell you, like a fucking a dude with a ginger mullet and a mustache from New South Wales? Like, who do you think Donna's favorite wrestler on the night
was? Yeah, no doubt. It's just, there was more talking at intros than there was match, but that was the story of it. Like, he finally, gets to him, and this guy always talks shit, and then he just hits him. It's fucking awesome.
That was great. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going on with Unsocial Jordan. He came out with the, who was it? The Aaron Jake and Belle Pierce.
Yeah. He's got like a faction, SMS, I think.
Yeah.
Faction.
Yeah, I'd like to see more of that. I like a good heel faction, of course. So now Tuckman is the soul of PWA, which is so PWA is completely integrated as far as intergender wrestling goes, right?
Yeah, well, it definitely seems to be that way, right? Because I mean, their heavyweight champion is now a female, and I think she's the first female.
She's the first women's one,
yeah, like heavyweight champion. But I think they've been kind of integrating stuff for a while. I think she was even the person who started that. Like, I think she was like the women's champion, and then she was like, fuck that, I'm defending this against everybody. And they changed the belt, and maybe that's where I don't know enough. Like, I'd need to get Robbie on or something. But maybe that's where the soul of PWA title even came from.
I love that idea for the soul of PWA. I love, what a cool name for a fucking title.
Yeah, and what a great title for the heel to hold, right? The guy who's fucking popping off and he's evil. Yeah, exactly. And then, like, you know, the Tuckman, everyone's like, yeah, we want to fucking have fun and have a mullet. And he's like, let's fucking go. Like, it all works perfect, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Absolutely. They do their titles and all that shit really well. And, I mean, we'll get to it at the end, but the fact that this entire tournament is not for a title, it's for a sword is really, really cool as well.
Yeah, fucking cool.
Yeah.
PWA's got their fucking aesthetic together.
They do.
And then, so the final match was for the PWA heavyweight title match between Jessica Troy and Ricky South, who had the belt for like 950 days.
Yeah, something crazy. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude.
Ricky
the hype package for this was awesome, like showing how much stuff Jessica's had to overcome. She won a Rumble, but she entered from number 30, so Ricky South said, too bad, you didn't fucking win anything, get the fuck out of here. Even called Bonza in. Bonza comes out and goes, no, you're totally right, she doesn't fucking earn it. And then so she had to win like a ladder match to get another shot at the title, to earn her shot at the title. It had like a Money in the Bank scenario attached to it. So Ricky's like, I've already been through a match. Come and pin me. And she goes, no. We're going to set a fucking date. I'm going to beat you fair and fucking square. Yeah. And they went off for like 25 fucking minutes.
He was fucking working her in that moment because he was weakened and she would have probably beat him. But he was like, oh, of course you'd do this because you don't have what it fucking takes. And she's like, no, motherfucker. I'm going to see you in a fucking real match, which is ultimate babyface action.
Super.
Yeah, and it was an absolute banger. Him calling himself the example and shit, like, just so arrogant and so big.
What a name what a fucking moniker, dude.
How has nobody used the example before in wrestling? How have I never heard that before? Right? Like,
sick.
Yeah. And then obviously Jessica Troy, the arm collector, so fucking good. And yeah, it was just a great, great main event match where the best wrestler wins. There was, there's a little bit of interference at a point, but that's even that guy's chickens coming back to roost because he'd done, rude shit, fucking bad shit, and he was about to do more of it. And Jessica wins and the entire place fucking explodes. And this is just the first night, like, of the tournament. Like, and so they do all the tournament matches. They have a couple of great title matches, and then that sets us up for the next day where we're going to have some fun tags, but we're eventually going to lead to, the conclusion of the tournament, which will end it.
Yeah, let me pull up the night 2.
Mm-hmm. And you know what's cool? Out of all that shit we just had to talk about, we barely even spoke about Zack Sabre Jr. And he's the name at the top of the card, the person they've brought in to, like, put some, authenticity on it and lend his name to it and stuff, which is great. And he was really good in his match, and he will come back into it and really stands out in the next match. But I just love that card really stood on its own. You know what I mean? Like, you could have Zach only on the second night and it would not make that a great show. But it also proves his worth because a lot of people would have tuned in to see him and would have got to see a whole heap of great wrestling.
So me as a, I guess I'm a New Japan fan who's coming in for the first time. Mm-hmm. The match I was looking forward to, I was like, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bonza, right? These are the two people I know.
Yeah.
And
former host of Okada Shorts, Jack J. Bonza versus TMDK member Jack Sabre Jr. Jack Sabre Jr. or Zack Sabre Jr.?
Yeah.
Too many acts.
Zack Sabre. Mm-hmm. Jack Sabre Jr.
Yeah.
They put that on the first night. They put it on before the intermission even. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, wow, they must have something planned.
Yeah.
And they did those they got their story in with the Tuckman, and they did like this great moment for all the fans that were there, and a damn good match for the people that were parachuting in.
Absolutely.
So like they really got their shit together.
It was really, really well done. Hey, I need to just feed this dog dinner real fast. Do you want to vamp on something?
I'll vamp on stuff.
Yeah.
I'll go with some overall thoughts.
You get some overall things. I'll be very, very fast. Okay, I'm going to leave you to vamp. I'll be right back.
So, looking at this, I was watching this with my wife. She loves Australia. She doesn't ever want to go to Australia because she's scared of spiders and snakes. So am I. But when she watches like Neighbors and shit like that. And anyway, so we're watching it, and like, so anyone who's fun, goofy Australian like the Tuckman, she loves them. But she's also a huge Zack Sabre Jr. nerd. So she's like, when I told her there's a tournament we can watch and Zack Sabre Jr. is part of it, she's like, fuck yeah, let's go. She was so impressed with some of these people, like, and she just likes her guys. Like, she doesn't really, she loves certain people in wrestling. Those are the people she latches onto while I watch wrestling and study it for this here podcast. She found some people in this PWA, and so like, I think if you can get a couple more eyes on PWA, you can get people to really connect with a bunch of these. Cherry Stevens, like, she hit with me, who's a seasoned wrestling fan, and her, who is a casual. The Tuckman definitely hit with her. She loves like comedy matches and stuff like that. So they had a bunch of different comedy wrestlers during we didn't hit on it, a tag gauntlet match. Then there was all sorts of stuff for both the casual fan and the seasoned wrestling fan alike. And I think like PWA impressed the fuck out of me. I like this promotion. I like it a lot. So, was it weird for you seeing former hosts of the Okada Shorts podcast all fucking night for night 2, seeing our friend Dave and Josh from We Work Stiff like just chilling ringside?
Yeah,
cool.
they had some great seats, right? And they heard, I don't know if you heard about it, but they did like a live podcast during the day, I think, before that second show.
Like the Fan Fest
or
something,
the
right?
Fan Fest thing. Yeah, exactly. And interviewed Paris de Silva, actually.
That's cool.
Yeah, exactly. It looks super fun. And by all reports, they had like a great time. I was back and forth with Dave a little bit, and he had a blast day.
I got to point at the screen and go, "That's my friend Dave. That's my friend Josh.
I know them. I've seen their face on my computer screen one time.
We're internet buds." So let's get into night 2. Yeah. Speaking of Paris de Silva, beating the Viking Matt Grimbasso. There's too many names there. The Viking Matt Grimbasso. Maybe just the Viking Matt Grim, or Grim Matt Basso. Like, drop one of those monikers. So you don't need 2 monikers.
I think it's just like been around forever. He was always Grim Basso, and I think it's just
something. Too many names.
Yeah. Either way, like another
get a leather jerkin.
Yeah, that's what we need.
A leather jerkin and one less name.
Yeah, exactly. But another Dave versus Goliath situation for Paris de Silva that he overcomes.
Dude, immediately I'm watching this match, and I'm like, we've got like Roman Gladiator, because he comes out with like Paris de Silva comes out with like the Gladiator shoulder guard.
Yeah.
Versus and I'm like, this is Deadliest Warrior. We get to watch Deadliest Warrior
in a wrestling ring.
Is it Viking, or is it like fucking Gladiator? Let's find out on Deadliest Warrior. Very excited for that.
It was Gladiator.
It was Gladiator. Paris de Silva beating Matt Basso in 10:30. This is, he nailed those fucking flying Superman punches into Paris de Silva. Paris de Silva like sells like a son of a bitch for Matt Basso. He's got so much fucking, what's the word? Heart.
Yes.
Fight.
Spirit.
Underdog charisma. The fighting spirit. Thank you.
The Spartan spirit of Paris de Silva.
That's what it is. That's the moniker, isn't it?
It is what it is. Absolutely. But I really loved it. Followed by that, though, Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Jude London with my favorite finish of the 2 days, I reckon. Like the combination that Zack puts Jude away with is just so fucking game over. Like it was like bounce him off the rope, fucking slam him down, fucking Zack driver, then fucking fold his legs over him, fold him into a pretzel and pin him. Like it was just like, it's a wrap on you, son. Like it's like goodbye. Yeah. And I love that we were just seeing Zack finish dudes like with power moves. He's like, I'm bigger than these cunts. They're fucking going down. He was drilling the velocities, man.
It was true.
It may have been one of the hardest hitting Zack Sabre Jr. matches I've ever seen. Like, him and Jude was fucking sick, man. Like, it was really good.
I loved this match. It was so much fun. Like, dude, that like Jude's probably like, this is probably going to get some eyes for us. I'm going to put on a fucking show.
Yeah, he did. He killed it.
Had to feel it. To feel it.
Absolutely.
Loved it. Next up was a 6-man challenge that a 6-pack challenge. Sorry, the winner gets a 6-pack of beer.
That's all they get.
You get Ben Braxton, Billy Preston, David Streamer, Jay Sorbet, Nathan Pigeon, and Caveman Ugg wins the whole thing. Caveman Ugg coming out. Caveman Ugg fucking rules.
Yeah,
I love Caveman.
This was absolutely. Well, that's when we were on the Super J cast. I was telling him, I'm like, Ugg's probably the man. Like, they're like, who's there to keep eyes on and things like that. And it's Caveman Ugg. Like, he's fucking sick.
Dude fucking rules. Yeah. I love that he comes out. He's got his like caveman mystique. He's not wearing a t-shirt, and he's like got his like fur loin cloth, and he's got his like fur coat over him. Yeah. The fur coat has the Bullet Club logo spray painted across it.
Yeah,
perfect.
Sick. Did he have like the mask on when he came out? I can't remember. Like he has this mastodon skull fucking helmet thing he wears sometimes. That's sick.
Oh, that's badass.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Have you never seen that?
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's dope, dude.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Who was the other dude in this match who was like the impressive specimen body guy? Was it Bill Preston?
Yeah, is he the one that like you kept seeing in like the beer ads, like where he's like a nerd at the bar and then he fucking drinks one beer and he's fighting dudes? Is that the vibe?
So I'm not sure, actually. I don't remember which dude it was specifically.
I don't remember either.
I think it might have been Bill Preston. Uh-huh. He's just a fucking huge dude, body guy, fucking impressive physical stature, and he and Ugg were kind of like throwing everybody else in the 6-pack challenge. Yeah. Were they were kind of comedy wrestlers and things like that, and it was just down to like which one's going to get the upper hand, Ugg or I think it was Bill Preston.
Yeah.
Which one of them's going to throw 4 nerds out and pin the other
one?
Which was
Ugg.
Which was Ugg.
Yeah.
Ugg did win in the end.
I was disappointed. I never got to see the beer. I would have liked to see the 6-pack challenge and then have Ugg drink all 6 in the ring. That's how you do it.
What was the? It was the 8-man tag team match. We'll get to that in a second. Never mind. Then there was a last man standing match, which was from the night before. Yeah. Back Pain, Jack Payne and Backman.
Yeah, Back Pain explodes
during the tag team gauntlet match, which I just barely mentioned while I was vamping. They lost in the tournament, the gauntlet match, and they fucking turned on each other. Backman turned on Jack Payne, and so the next night we had a last man standing match, and the special guest referee was their former valet, Jim Bro Jesse.
Yeah.
And so Jim Bro Jesse there is doing the Shawn Michaels thing in the middle. She's just like, "No, my boys."
Yeah.
Backman wins after 11 minutes and 9 seconds, and Jack Payne takes his boots off and fucking says goodbye to the crowd. Very emotional moment.
Says retire. So it's interesting. Like, I don't know enough about those guys to know if that's like shoot or part of the angle, but either way, it made you remember like the whole thing. And if it was his last match, he did a great job, putting over his friend and, seeing himself out with a great match. But like it was just cool to run like this little mini story that even like played out at the FanFest thing. Like mid podcast, if you listen to the We Work Stiff live podcast, like you can hear those guys start fighting and like they have to be broken up and stuff like mid podcast, which is pretty funny.
That was it was emotional. Mm-hmm. It was great. It was a great moment. Like they were two big dudes fucking like power bombing each other through tables and shit. You know, I love that shit. Let's go. Then we had an 8-man tag team match, which I thought was probably my highlight of night too.
Yeah. I enjoyed having a team of like all the champions. Was really
all
fun.
The champions.
Yeah.
So you had Jessica Troy, the current heavyweight champion, the Joker and the Thief, Mick Moretti and Jimmy Townsend, the tag team champions, and the Tuckman, the soul of PWA champion, versus Cherry Stevens, winner, Delta, winner, Emin Asman, like it, and Jack J. Bonza. And greatest moment, everyone comes out. The final person is Bonza to come out, and the crowd starts chanting, all these people but Bonza. All these people but Bonza.
He's got that hate.
Everyone but Bonza. Everyone but... That was great. Great fucking moment. The best moment, though, was when Tuckman... Who was it? Bonza got a beer in the middle of the fucking match, opens it, starts swigging it. Tuckman looks at him and says, are you my dad?
I know, because he's a redhead gentleman as well.
Great moment. So yeah, it was I believe Bonza actually got the win in this, so he preserves his heat from the he got a win over, did he get a win over Joker and the Thief? That's right. He pinned one of the tag team guys. Yeah. So Bonza and someone else maybe going for the tag team belts. Good for them.
Exactly. And that's worth noting because Bonza and Mick Moretti were tag team champions like many times, like together.
Yeah, that was the first Colosseum final. Moretti and
it was.
Bonza.
Yeah, exactly. Very famous match.
Okay. Yeah. Then we had a segment which I didn't really pay attention to.
No, I didn't really have. By this point, I was kind of ready for the final. Of the two nights, this maybe if I knew these characters, I would care about this. But didn't really. I mean, the joke's kind of funny or whatever. Then this Digby dude comes out or whatever. And then Matt Diamond returns. Cool to see Matt Diamond, half the lights at Beat Express with Robbie Eagles. But yeah, I wasn't really phased about this. But it was exactly what it was. It was just a, breath of fresh air 7 minutes before the final. Yeah.
This Digby guy with the red curly Yahoo Serious hair.
Yeah.
What is Big Red Fire Truck? Is that like
It's a band, I guess.
Is it a band?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's what they were saying. Like, and that's probably where it's tied in. Maybe it's like a bigger band over there. But I guess he is a wrestler and also the lead singer of a band. And they were talking shit about him. And so then he comes out and brings back Matt Diamond. And that the female that was with him, she is also the singer of some band. I forget what it is. So it was like a celebrity kind of thing.
Cool. All right. Mm-hmm. That sounds fun. Then, of course, we got our final Zack Sabre Jr., the outsider coming in to PWA to win their tournament versus Paris da Silva, the homegrown. Well, he's not homegrown; he's Italian or something, isn't he? And then he's
even heritage, but an Australian guy, yeah.
A PWA original coming in to defend the Colosseum. Fucking 18 minutes and 27 seconds. Zack Sabre Jr. beats Paris da Silva and wins the sword. Iron Mercy.
Iron Mercy. The battle for Iron Mercy is what it's called.
Fuck.
They change the name of the sword every year because they get custom made, and I guess the sword maker, what is it, blacksmith? I don't know. Names them. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Like Robbie's one was Black Justice or something like that, and it's like a black katana. Like they've been different every time, and so for this Colosseum, like Iron Mercy was a bit more of like a gladiator's kind of sword, wasn't it? Like a
yeah,
and then so that's the vibe.
I would want a scimitar, like one of those like
I want Claymore.
Did you ever see the episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where they find a sword in the garbage?
Yeah. He's like, dude, I could cut the hump off a camel and drink all its milk.
Yeah, he calls it the Alibaba sword.
Yeah.
I'd want one of those.
Yeah. I'd want a claymore, like a Scottish claymore that's like 3 times my size.
Oh, that'd be badass. Yeah. So yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. So I'm gonna officially sit here right now, and I'm gonna say, Mr. Bonza, if it was your idea to give Zack Sabre Jr. a sword, thank you. Miss Eagles, if it was your idea to give Zack Sabre Jr. a sword, thank you. I love you.
It seems appropriate.
I mean, like,
it's in the name.
You know that I'm down with wrestlers having swords. When for no reason the Great Okan had a sword.
Yeah. I like the Zack Sabre Jr. is like, I might be the best wrestler in the world, but I'm actually really fucking clumsy outside this ring. So if you see me holding this sword, get the fuck out of the way, because I can't guarantee where it's going. Like, he was really funny at the end, and it was a great match. Like, both the Velocities got to really like show out, and he put him over huge. He was like, both those motherfuckers took 10 years off my life, just my matches with them, you know. So
and they both showed so much spirit, dude.
I would fucking love them to join TMDK. That would be so fucking sick if they brought they brought them to Japan. Like, that would be sick. And he had a lot to say about him. Like, yeah, absolutely. That would be sick if he brought them in as his new dudes. Like, and then, you know, Robbie could focus on being the, you know, singles ace. Vegeta can do what Vegeta needs to do. I almost feel like he could move to heavy. And then you've got your heavy tag as well. It moves on. Everybody's got something to do that way. Yeah, it'd be cool.
Love it. Love it. Man, TMDK rules. All right. So both nights, what do you give it? 2 thumbs up? 10 stars?
I just give it shorts, buddy. Shorts or pants. You give it shorts. Fuck yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Not one bit of pants.
2 shorts. Yeah.
Not one bit of pants.
Exactly. 2 shorts. Super small gym instructor in a slasher movie shorts.
Oh yeah, tiny little shorts. Like 1980s, 1980s slasher movie shorts.
Yeah.
Killer. So killer. So let's talk about from there, Power Struggle was just the other night.
It was.
And we both enjoyed Power Struggle.
We did.
Man, do we want to start at the top and talk about the big stuff there, or do we want to kind of run through it as it went, it progressed?
I don't know if we need to like run through it as it progressed. I think we've just sort of done that, and I think we're I mean, it depends if we're going to split this into 2 episodes and accept that this one might get cut off and we'll pick it up later. You know what I mean? Or, yeah. So it depends. We can go long form and then this episode will split into 2. And if I need to go soon, we can just like pick it up on Saturday or Sunday or something like that.
Well, let's talk about the big spots before we do a review. We'll just talk about the big thing coming out of Power Struggle.
Yeah.
Okay. So we had where's my brain? All right, here we go.
Why don't we just do them topic by topic? So let's pick a thing that we're going to talk about. We'll just vamp on that, and then
Shooter versus Will.
Let's go
for the US UK title. Let's go.
Absolutely.
40 fucking minutes and 16 seconds. Will wins by Stormbreaker to successfully retain the US UK Heavyweight Championship. They're having a moment afterwards. Local man ruins everything is the headline, with David Finlay coming in and absolutely fucking destroying both belts.
Yeah. He goes full fucking, what's that guy that fucking destroys the watermelons with the hammer? What's that?
Gallagher.
He goes full Gallagher on the belts because that hammer was absolutely ridiculous that he used.
So normally I love wrestlers with weapons. Wrestlers with swords is a thing for me. Wrestler with Warhammer should have worked. David Finlay with Warhammer, I liked it, actually, I gotta say.
Oh, I liked it too. I just don't think it was a cool hammer. Like, it was weird. Like, it was weird.
Been a cool hammer.
Yeah, they should have got him like a fucking
dwarven.
Like, it's time to play the game. Like, fucking just get a hammer, man.
No, go full on Lord of the Rings dwarven warhammer.
Oh, okay. Like carved, like fucking.
Yeah, like Sigmar's hammer from fucking Warhammer, dude. Would have been the fucking it.
Yeah, that's
like up. Zach's got a sword. Why the fuck not? Okay. Yeah. So a lot of people were pissed off at David Finlay I fucking loved this.
I thought it was
the
cool.
Whole thing was great because here's what happens. Good and bad. Good, we get a new belt.
Yeah.
Bad, we get at least one David Finlay match.
Well, it's what we said. We talked about this. We're like, they need to set Finlay free from all this God never shit. And if they're going to back him in as the leader of Bullet Club and they're going to make Bullet Club serious, they need to fucking do stuff with him. He should be the fucking villain of New Japan. Like that is the role of them. And so it kind of took it back to where it was originally supposed to be. And I think it's really cool. And I think he's got like a lot of work to do between now and that Wrestle Kingdom match. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
Physically thinking about what he's going to do, what he's going to say, what he's going to look like. This is his moment, right? This is the moment. And there's every fucking chance in the world that he could win whatever this new belt is at this match. Like, there's every chance in the world that Moxley, Ospreay's there. Moxley don't work here. Ospreay's potentially out the door. There is every chance in the world that he's been put in that ring.
Needs a villain to go after.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They've put him in the ring with those two for them to make him look like the evilest motherfucker in the world. And they've already started it. So now he's got to do his part, right? He needs to fucking work and really become something and not drop the ball when it comes. Because if he drops the ball in that Wrestle Kingdom match, if he doesn't coming out looking ready, and I mean like physically ready and stuff, because he was really stepping up his fitness and it's dropped off. Like, and it's not all about body shape, but this is pro wrestling. Like, you need to look like,
you got to look the part.
You look like a threat, and you're standing amongst four of the most fucking jack dudes I've ever seen, like in wrestling, in the War Dogs. You can't be the like pudgy guy in the center. You know, you have to, at least for this moment, you have to look like you're a fucking danger to both those other two guys in that ring. You know, I don't know. Joel said it once, maybe just a little bit of steroids. I don't know what to tell you, but something's got to happen. Like, you're fucking hanging out with Driller Maloney all the time. You know what I mean? What's he doing? Do the same, whatever it is that he's doing.
Yeah.
Android, what's Android doing?
What is
50,000 squats a day? You're doing them now too. You know what I mean? That's what you need to be.
You're doing 70.
Because, exactly. Mate, you're the fucking leader. So you need to look like that, and you need to look fucking dangerous. And if he walks into Wrestle King, and that can be done. We've got time, you know. You got 2 months, serious dieting and shit like that. We've seen crazier transformations, like, you know, in the world of wrestling. So if he can really, he doesn't need to be full fucking vascularity or anything like that. He just needs to put on size and look dangerous.
He needs to look like, at least like Gabe. Like, Gabe used to have that body.
Yeah.
Gabe used to be the exact same fucking body.
Yeah.
Like, find out what Gabe is doing and fucking stick to him.
Absolutely.
Staple yourself to his fucking hip and do what he's
fucking
doing.
Move him into your house or move into his house, or just fucking do it. And it's not always that easy, but it's like, these are the 2 months now, like leading to fucking Wrestle Kingdom, that are the most important 2 months of your career.
Yep.
And that match is now the most important match in your career. If he does this, if he makes the impact he needs to, if he walks out of that with the title and beating both that guys, he's a made man in New Japan. If he drops that ball, there's nothing for him. He needs to not be in the company. Like, they've given him every fucking thing on a silver platter. He just needs to deliver it now. And he's got the skill. He's a wrestler. He can talk. He can do all those things. But he needs to deliver that signature David Finlay win, David Finlay match, all of it. He just needs to be him.
And we've seen it. We've seen it, man.
We've seen shadows of it.
Last year in the G1.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Last year in the G1, that match he had with fucking, who was it? With Juice.
Yeah.
Amazing. The match he had with Will. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Just do it.
This version of David Finlay hasn't fucking done it. See, if we had that David Finlay, last year's G1 David Finlay in the ring, and this year's David Finlay on the mic.
Yeah. That's it.
Perfect.
That's done. That's all he's got to do. He doesn't have to be fucking Android. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm saying. He doesn't need to be Driller. He just needs to be serious, like, and look dangerous, like. And that's all he's got to do.
And I think,
you know what I mean? He shouldn't have shaved the beard, though. Shouldn't have shaved the beard. That was a mistake.
Shouldn't have shaved the beard.
That's not the look. Hair's looking good. Beard, mistake. Should have kept the beard size. Body.
I should have too.
Look, we were trying something out. I still maintain when I see you on the other side of this that the mustache could work. I feel like you got scared and you didn't see it.
If I had a better chin, it would have worked. Anyway, no, the problem is this David Finlay is a departure from that David Finlay. This David Finlay has to cheat to beat Tonga Loa. Like, seriously, bro.
See, that's a mistake too. That should have been like, oh, Tonga Loa got the pin on him. He doesn't have the title anymore. He's about to make an example of Tonga Loa, and it should have been just a fucking murder is what it should have been. It should have been what a shame. What
he did to Tama Tonga the first time.
Tonga Loa's fucking, you know what? He's busted ass knee. Busted again. He's out.
Yep.
Just I mean, it's not even going to matter because you can fucking take him off the shelf until Wrestle Kingdom or until next year. Sit him at home. He doesn't need to really be injured, but that can be the story. Tonga Loa barely got through the G1 because he was still carrying injuries. He fucking overstepped. Finlay was fucking pissed and he made an example of him and he sent him home. And then everybody's fucking pissed off. GOD are reeling. What does it fucking matter? Sit the man at home. And you know what he does when he's sitting at home? He fucking goes to training and learns how to wrestle better. And then while that's all happening,
Get him a heavy bag, let him punch it.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying, though. Like, these are the decisions that they need to take more seriously. And just make those harder choices and make those storyline things. And then Finlay then doesn't look like, oh, I'm the guy that got beaten by Tonga Loa and then I had to cheat to win and then I attacked these dudes from behind with a fucking stick and now my words that I'm saying don't mean as much. If he even if he cheats a bit, you know, he's hitting him with foreign objects, hitting him in the rings and stuff, but if he brutally beats Tonga Loa and then comes out at the end and then brutally beats both of those guys, you're like, okay, this guy's pretty dangerous. And then if he's looking the part and all that, you add it all together, it works, you know? So
and you're like, oh shit, Shooter, come and get it. Come and save us from this guy.
Save us. Somebody save us. Exactly. But at the moment, it's not all the way in need of saving. So, you know what I mean? Also, why is Gato there? Like, I know he shouldn't be getting on the mic and giving me the world needs the rebel. Like, I don't need to hear it. Like, fucking Finley's perfectly good on the mic. And to be honest, better than a lot of the other people that the likes of Gato have had to be spokespeople for. So I think he could unshoehorn himself from that situation. He could walk out with him, sure, and be like another body in the Bullet Club and stuff. But he doesn't need to be the spokesman for Finlay.
No, I think
that undermines him as well.
I think it's just Gato he was there with Jay White.
Yeah.
And he was Jay White's heater.
But did he used to talk for Jay White though? Because Jay used to just fucking reel off all his promo shit in English and Gato didn't used to say shit. So why does he need to do that for Finlay? I don't think he does.
Yeah, I think you're right. Mm-hmm. But at this point, like, if Gato needs to come out and do his shit in Japanese, then yeah, fucking go for it. But he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
And if he does need to, do it in the press conference at the end. Don't do it in the ring. You know what I mean? Like, just let Finlay have that moment. Don't suck up any of that heat. My man.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Shooter. That was easily his best match.
Demon.
We saw it, right? We finally really, really saw the star potential, I think, of him.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Abso-fucking-lutely. This match, like, Will fucking Ospreay, while you are in New Japan, I will sit here and say it to pick out your favorite match of the year, you're going to have to pick out your favorite Will Ospreay match of the year and then your favorite everyone else match.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah.
But like, dude, while Will Ospreay's in this company, he makes everyone better.
Yeah.
He took Shooter, who everyone goes, oh man, he's got this potential, and we saw it. Will Ospreay brought it out of him, kicking and fucking screaming, literally kicking because he fucking got him in the fucking face. Shooter sees his own blood, and the guy went fucking shithouse.
Yeah, it was sick.
That was so much fun, and you finally got to see New Japan main event Shooter.
Yeah,
you know.
Now all it is some refining. Like let's start to see. I started to see what the roughneck could be. Right, do away with all the bright colors and the glow sticks for the kids and the Bret Hart cosplay. Like, let's lean into this a little bit more. He's tasted defeat. He's really fucking tasted it now. So maybe he's getting a little bit of fucking sandpaper all over him. Maybe he's gritting up a little bit, you know.
The scene of him outside on the crying to Moxley, and Moxley doesn't know what the fuck to do. That was great. Like
I did like Moxley coming out for him.
We beat the shit out of him. I'm not going to beat the shit out of Shooter.
Yeah,
he's my boy.
He's like, oh, just give him a pat on the head. I like that he came out. He was like, don't you fucking quit kind of thing, and like he gave him that extra power. It was dope, man. He also made that fucking move that Shooter does, you know, where he gets him in a headlock and then they jump up and put their knees on him, and then he kind of does that short DDT that Naito made look like utter shit, look like $1 bazillion, because when he does it to fucking Ospreay stands up like a fucking flagpole and just gets completely darted into the mat. It was crazy.
The best move that Shooter hit that whole night was when Ospreay had his head outside of the ring.
I know what you're going to say, where he jumps over and slams.
Oh, it was great. Yeah. Oh, that was such a
What
cool
about the
thing.
fucking Tiger Driver through the tables? It was nuts. How fucking funny was Shooter was like, you want the table? You want table? And he's like, just fucking get him. It was great.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was really good, man. It was really fun. I feel like I'm not even gonna do it justice really, because there was so many great moments within it. But it's like you see that and you're like, how much does Ospreay really want? Because he's fucking worth it. Who else is on the fucking roster? Because I feel like they could all go the fuck home and you could pay Ospreay whatever he wants. Clear the dads, clear Tungaloa, clear Chase Owens. Well, they ain't really full-time at the moment. Just start clearing the deck, you know what I mean? Opening up lanes for the fucking Ospreay bank account, because he's worth it. Not only like... He's just worth it, because not only what the matches he delivers, it's what he brings out of the talent he's with. Like what he teaches them like about themselves is priceless.
Have you seen the picture of Ospreay hitting the hidden blade on Shooter?
When his face is all shook? Yeah, it's fucking so funny.
I love it so fucking much, dude.
Absolutely.
That might be the cover art for this episode.
It's far from flattering for him, but yeah, it's absolutely the cover art for this episode.
He's the one that posted it. So.
Oh, good on him. That's absolutely legendary. Either that or where's the picture? I've got a picture up here of me and Baby Shooter when I met him in a bar a few years ago.
Oh, Baby Shooter.
Baby Shooter. There he is. Hang on, I'm going to take a photo and I'm going to send it to you. Where he is. I knew this would be a future world champion when I fucking get that. And then I'm going to send this to Curtis and probably put it on our thing at some point.
So Shooter gets kicked in the nose and turns into a fucking demon.
I'll take a better one of this later, but yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I love it. Let's take a look. Here we go. Going on to Facebook Messenger. Rafe sent a photo. Oh, look at him.
He's a baby.
He's got his little hat on. His little piece.
Yeah. He was wearing a sick camo hoodie. Just keeping it low at the Bullet Club fucking party.
He was young boy.
He was young.
Look at that. Look at his little baby.
Yeah. He's a little baby. They grow up so fast.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you've met lots of young lions as young lions. You got tons of stories, like your story with Oscar and
Knack, just the last
and Knack,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Love them.
So let's just final thoughts on this match and everything, because for me it's feeling like it should fucking headline Wrestle Kingdom, to be honest. How do you feel about Mox being in it? Mox in New Japan hits different. That match with Okan, I mean, maybe we'll break down that match in a little bit more detail later, but Mox just looks like a fucking legit huge star. He just hits so different, and it feels like the biggest fucking deal, him being in the ring with Ospreay.
Mox bleeding like a stuck pig on the floor of Osaka Joe Hall.
Yeah.
It's just peanut butter and jelly. It's just chocolate and peanut butter. It's just right. It's two things that go together, and they just feel good. you know? Yeah. Like Osaka Joe Hall has this like bloodthirsty history of like death matches and things like that. Sorry, the puppies.
Yeah, I can hear the pug.
Yeah, sorry, Frankie. You vamp about Moxley and Okan for a second, because I'm going to give them a carrot so that they be quiet.
This is fair. Okay, then let's talk about Moxley and Okan then. Really enjoyed this. I love that the match kind of starts with a false start. It was a great example of like building something out of nothing, because it kind of just came out of Shooter challenging Ospreay, and he's like, all right, well, if I fucking fight you, then Okan gets to fight Moxley, and it's what it was. But they just bring so much heat right from the start. They're immediately counted out, and then you're like, oh, the match is fucking over, that's it. And then Moxley's like, I haven't come all this fucking way just to fucking get counted out. Osaka, street fight, force count anywhere in Osaka. And then they just like fucking murder each other forever, and it is so fun. It's probably my favorite like great Okan match. We've been waiting for, see, guys like Okan and Shooter, we've been waiting for those signature matches, right? And I feel like this was so fun. It showed this fire in Okan that was really fun. Like when fucking Ospreay cut off his fucking ponytail and he just like fucking takes him down, just starts choking him. Like when he wraps Moxley up in the fucking ground, and like then you pull Moxley out and there's just this puddle of blood inside the fucking mats. Like they're throwing fences at each other when Moxley's coming up the stairs and Okan's coming behind him, just turfing chairs on both sides of him, like just rolling through chairs. And then when he gets hit back down, he makes sure as he rolls, he hits as many chairs as he can. He's just taking out the entire fucking row. If I was there, all my drinks would be spilt, like everything would be fucked. It was absolute carnage, and it was so fun. And I was like, so much fun. That was worth Moxley's plane ticket. You know, like he put that rub on Okan. I kind of thought fucking Okan might pull something out, because it feels like they're really starting to put a spotlight on him, but they didn't. But I don't think he lost any credibility in that. If anything, I think it gave him more rage, where he's just been flatlining and not really doing much. And so it's like now he had this huge fight and he fell up short and he was disrespected. So what's next for Okan, right?
So I had this discussion with my wife about this. So like, she didn't like what Moxley was doing. She liked the match. She didn't like that Moxley cut his hair. She didn't like that Moxley won.
It's not real hair. It's the ponytail.
Well, yeah, it's the ponytail. I had to tell her, like, New Japan doesn't just change your character out of nowhere.
Yeah.
New Japan, they take a while to like let you evolve into something different.
Yeah.
I said that you're seeing seeds being planted right now. And those seeds will come to fruition sometime in the future. It may not be now, it may not be Wrestle Kingdom, it might be next year, it might be the year after, but those seeds will ultimately come to fruition, and you'll see something new come out of Okan, and it's going to be fucking cool.
Yeah.
Like there is change on the horizon for that guy, and something big is coming.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. And I just thought it was really good value. You bring in, whenever they bring in like an AEW star, I'm like, why though? And what's really the return here other than that person getting a ticker box and say they wrestled in Korakuen Hall or whatever it may be? But like, it really felt like they got their money's worth out of Mox. They bring him in, they have this huge match with Okan that makes him look really good. Then he plays a huge character moment sort of part for Shooter. Then he faces off with Will. Then he fucking goes down to Finlay. You know what I mean? Like he really felt like he's instantly part of the roster again. Like when he came in like in the G1, I had never cared about Dean Ambrose. Like I was fucking pissed off when he fucking debuted at the end of Double or Nothing. I'm like, great, this fucking idiot was like my thoughts, right? Then he enters the G1, takes himself a whole lot more seriously. And I was like, yo, this guy fucking works here. And he's definitely in AEW now. I can take him or leave him at times. It depends what he's doing. Sometimes I'm just all about him, and other times I'm like, spare me, you know. But in New Japan, he just has this more serious air that makes him really dangerous and really cool, and it felt like a very big deal. So yeah, I'm very happy he's going to be involved with Wrestle Kingdom.
Me too. And I was really happy when they were pointing towards a Ospreay Mox match for the US UK title. I'm happier with what they have now.
Yeah.
New belt, triple threat match where we can really establish David Finlay, and hopefully that'll be the end of the David Finlay jokes. And we can see something new. We can get the ball rolling into 2024.
Yeah. Interesting. Ospreay was like, get me a belt that I can take around the world and defend. Like, still talking like he's involved. So you never know. I mean, that's probably. Yeah.
But then he also says my time is running short.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Exactly. He's playing it all. He's playing all angles. But yeah, I'm into it. I'm really excited for how this whole thing is going to play out. And I'm starting to feel like even if Will does go, that
will go. He will go.
Well,
he is gone.
He will. I mean, I was the one that was like, he's definitely going. When Will goes, that they're at least planning for it. You know what I mean? He's more than all the other stars that have left. He's given them the most possible time to do all the right things, and they're putting pieces in place, and all those pieces feel exciting and interesting. So yeah, I really think Power Struggle did a lot to bring up my excitement and stuff again.
Definitely. Power Struggle was great.
Working. Yeah, it was really fun.
Yeah. All right. So you want to call that there for episode?
I think so. I think there's the potential there for that to maybe even be an extra small little episode. Maybe that can be 2. I don't know. We'll have to see. But tell the people where to find us, my man.
So you don't want me to read the thing again, right?
I want you to read it with your soul, not with your eyes.
All right. Well, we want to thank you for tuning in. And if you enjoyed the humorous oratory you've heard here today and you want to hear more dick jokes free of charge, you feel free to check out our sister shows, the Faces and Feels cast and Throw and Dice podcast. Faces and Feels, where Rafe likes to interview up-and-coming wrestling legends. Sometimes.
Can't really be bothered at the moment. Okada Shorts is my number one priority at the moment. I've been struggling with my new schedule. It's hard to fit in time to do them, but there's like 160 plus episodes there. So if you're ever interested in conversations with wrestlers, I absolutely will do them again. I'm just a little bit fucking a lot on my plate. So I feel like I've got 3 in the bank, and I will probably be doing some leading up to the next Dude Where's My Ring show, which I'll be making my ring announcing debut. Actually,
ring announcing.
Yes. So my scheduled co-commentator, my commentary partner, Adam Parry, Mean Dean Olsen, has a wedding and won't be there. So where I would then just do commentary in post or whatever, or he does commentary in post when I'm not there. They need somewhere to host the show. So I am going to make my ring announcing debut at Dude Where's My Ring. So yeah, ticking off all the boxes. So we'll see how that goes.
I love that so much.
Exactly. I was trying to get information. Sorry, I was trying to get information from the wrestlers, but of course they're going to like fuck with me as much as they can. And I said, does anybody have any notes?
Everyone's 7'4", over 400 pounds.
Yeah. I go, anybody got any notes or whatever? And James Hartness is like, I'll just give them to you on the night and fuck with you like I do Parry. You're going to get like the full experience. And I'm like, well, you're going to get the full Rafe experience where I just say whatever the fuck I want. So it's all going to work out fine. And then Shahil goes, mine's going to be exactly the same as his, but go for 10 minutes longer, and there's going to be a dance number. And I was like, do we need to get to the venue earlier for choreography? And he's like, no, I'm going to really need you to feel it. And I'm like, I got you. Don't worry about it. Then sent that meme of the Vine with that chick doing the fucking these ones. Yeah. You know, that hip-hop dancer.
I love it.
Yeah. Anyway,
I love it.
Had a great time.
I love Shahil. Shahil's such a shit heel. So, and then you can check out my sister show, the Throw and Dice podcast, where I talk about wargaming and things like that. And I don't have any fancy people to introduce, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. If you'd like to check out our sister show's Hot Friends, you can check out all the great shows on the Count Out Podcasting Network. We are a proud member of the Count Out Podcasting Network.
Yep.
And there's guaranteed to be a show for you. You like women's wrestling, you check out Stardom Road. Mm-hmm. You like, you want your news, you want your hot, fresh news, check out Ring Post Radio. You like deathmatch, check out Your Dose of Death. There's something for you. Speaking of the Count Out Network, if you'd like to help us and our network out, You can do that by going to patreon.com/countoutpod and giving us gifts of money. For $5, $5 American dollary dues a month, you can get extra shows from every show on the Countout Podcasting Network. Not everyone has the money it takes to give us gifts of money. So if you don't have the gifts of money to help us out, you can help us out in free ways by liking, subscribing, rating the show highly, leaving a review, sharing on all your social medias, telling all your friends. If you have questions, comments, or death threats, or an episode topic, you can get a hold of us on various social medias, Okada Shorts on IG and Twitter, or by emailing okadashorts@gmail.com. Till then, you can find me on IG at eldestructo83. Rafe, where can they find you?
At Faces Feels Cast on all the places, the Twitters, the Instagrams, all of them. You will find me and my show there. So that's it, my man. Another one in the bank. Thanks, everybody, for joining in. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have Fight Plus, make sure you log on and check out PWA Colosseum or anything they do. It really is like a high, quality product. It's very slick really in their production and stuff. Really, really good. So make sure you check out that. Make sure you check out Dude, Where's My Ring? We have surpassed over 100,000 views on YouTube for our show. So if you like a little bit of crazy violence, if you like beer drinking, if you like people bleeding everywhere, and you also like technical wrestling with a lot of weird extra rules for no reason on the floor of a bar, then this is the show for you. And you hear your boy
love extra bullshit around these parts.
Yeah, absolutely. We're all about it. So I want to thank Curtis for his time. Check out all his stuff. Check out all his extra shows. And yeah, until then, it's rate and subscribe, listen or die, keep it right, keep it tight, and most importantly, keep it what, Curtis?
Short.